The little pine needle that loved the wind. High upon a mountain tall, where ancient pine trees greeted all, a little pine needle, fresh and green, awoke where golden light was seen, clung upon a sturdy bough, watching clouds drift slowly now. The morning breeze sang soft and low across the peaks capped white with snow. The little needle looked around at mighty branches, broad and sound. It whispered to the mountain air, does anyone notice that I am here? I am only one small needle bright among the thousand dressed in light. The great pine tree is loved by all, but I seem far too small. The mountain breeze replied with care, floating gently through the air. Little needle, do not fear. Every life is treasured here. Though tiny things are hard to see, they help create the strongest tree. The little needle softly smiled. Its hopeful heart became less wild. Birds arrived at break of day, filling branches with their play. A cheerful finch began to sing, welcoming the early spring. The little needle brushed its wing, sharing shade while birds would sing. The finch chirped softly from above, thank you for your gentle love. The little needle felt delight, glowing warmly in the night. Below the tree a squirrel played, leaping through the forest shade. It gathered cones with tiny feet, preparing stores for winter's sleep. The pine tree dropped a cone nearby as breezes drifted through the sky. The squirrel looked with grateful eyes. What a thoughtful, lovely prize. The little needle watched with joy, happy in the forest song. Though it had not left its place, it had still shared quiet grace. One bright afternoon the wind grew strong, falling every branch along. The little needle swayed with ease, dancing freely in the breeze. It laughed as sunlight shimmered through, painting every drop of dew. The breeze carried woodland scents, fresh from moss and wildflower beds, carried songs from streams below, where crystal waters gently flowed. The little needle listened well, every whisper had a tale. Nearby walked an elderly pair, breathing deeply mountain air. They rested underneath the pine, grateful for its shade divine. The little needle caught the sun, cooling them from afternoon. The woman smiled with peaceful eyes. What a lovely place to hide. The man looked upward through the tree. Nature gives so quietly. The little needles heard those words, sweeter than the forest birds. Evening slowly reached the hill. The world grew calm, the air grew still. Stars appeared in silent skies, sparkling softly clear and wise. The little needle gazed above, filled with quiet, grateful love. Still it wondered deep inside whether it had lived with pride. Would tomorrow show once more what one little needle was for? The answer waited with the dawn beyond the mountain's peaceful song. Morning painted peaks with gold, brighter than the tales of old. The little pine needle greeted day, welcoming the sun's first ray. The mountain breeze returned once more, knocking softly at the forest door. Carried scents of earth and pine, fresh and sweet, almost divine. The little needle danced with glee, rustling softly in the tree. It no longer feared its size, for joy had opened up its eyes. Soon a young hiker climbed the trail with a backpack, wad, and bait. The mountain path was steep and long, yet birds still filled the air with song. He paused beneath the giant pine, grateful for its shade divine. The breeze, the breeze moved through each emerald spray, cooling him along the way. The little needle caught the light, shimmering green and shining bright. The hiker smiled and whispered low, "How peaceful these old pine trees grow." He closed his eyes a little while, resting there with quiet smile. Then needle realized once again, even stillness brings its gain. Days passed gently into fall, golden leaves began to fall. The forest changed from green to gold, as every story slowly told that seasons never truly end, they simply change and gently bend. The little needle stayed up high, watching geese cross autumn skies. Then one windy afternoon, clouds arrived a little soon. The mountain winds grew wild and free, dancing through the ancient tree. The little leader finally knew its journey now would become new. One strong gust swept through the pine. The tiny needle left its twine. It floated gently through the air without a single trace of fear. The breeze became a faithful guide, carrying it side by side. Downward through the forest deep, where quiet creatures softly sleep. The little needle touched the ground, joining many others found. It rested on the forest floor, wondering what would happen more. Then the earth spoke warm and slow. Little needle, little needle, did you know? Nothing kind is ever done when one season comes undone. Though you no longer grace the tree, you still have work beneath me. Winter came with silent grace. Snowflakes kissed the mountain's face. The little needle lay below, hidden underneath the snow. It sheltered tiny seeds from frost, keeping hope from being lost. It softened earth for roots to grow, though no watching eyes would know. Spring arrived with songs once more. Snow had melted from the floor. Tiny seedlings reached the sun. Their brand new lives had just begun. The little needle slowly changed, returning to the earth again. Its quiet gift became new ground where growing forests could be found. Young pine trees began to rise, stretching upward toward the skies. Birds returned to sing above, filling branches are full of love. The little needle understood every ending serves some good. Though it no longer crowned the tree, it had had new life to be. So if someday you feel too small or think your gifts mean none at all, remember every mighty pine once began through little signs. One caring word, one helping hand, one hopeful heart can gently stand through changing seasons, calm and true, growing forests yet unseen from view. Like the little pine needle bright, Share your kindness, hold on tight. Though life may change where you belong, love will always carry on. And somewhere high up on the hill, the pine trees whisper softly still. That was a poem, now the message of the poem. Every small act of kindness has lasting value, even when its results cannot be seen immediately. Like the little pine needle that loved the wind, each of us has a unique purpose. Whether we are standing tall or quietly serving behind the scenes, our love, patience, and generosity help create new life, hope, and strength for the future. Hope you like the poem. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe to the channel for more soft spoken videos. Thank you.